We're here to talk about what is an accredited exercise physiologist. So AEPs are university qualified allied health professionals, and we do spend a minimum of 4 years at uni. We prescribe, deliver and evaluate safe and effective exercise interventions. We work with acute and chronic complex conditions, and obviously specific to MSWA, our focus is on neuromuscular and neurological therapy, and also working with any comorbidities that do come. Our governing body is ESSA, which is Exercise and Sport Science Australia, and every year we will do continuously upskilling every year, which will be specific to our clientele. And we're the second fastest growing profession in Australia in 2022. So EPs have even though they've been around since the early 2000s, we only got on the NDIS in 2019.
Perfect. So the role of an accredited exercise physiologist. So we screen, assess and measure capacity and function by performing a range of subjective and objective outcome measures. From there, we then provide an evidence-based exercise prescription. This is to ensure that our clients are receiving the most relevant and up-to-date research to assist improving and maintaining their health and function and slowing and preventing declines. We also provide a person-centred and holistic approach to our exercise delivery. As we know and understand that everybody is their own individual, we use a person-centred approach to exercise delivery to help address clients' wants, needs, goals, and any barriers. By adapting this person-centred approach, it will allow us to progress, modify, and regress, depending how you are feeling on the day, as we understand that everyone can be different. And with a holistic approach, it's just taking into account every aspect of the functional impact that your complex chronic condition has on you. We also educate, advise and empower our clients to be the best version of yourself by encouraging independence, self-efficacy and self-advocacy. And we also liaise with a multidisciplinary team as well.
So you may be asking who can access our services, and the short answer is anyone. You don't need to be a certain level of functionality to access our services. You will just have to have EP in your funding stream.
So AEPs in the NDIS, as we've mentioned, we came into it in 2019. We fall under the capacity building budget under improved daily living or improved health and wellbeing. And you can access us by requesting exercise physiology in your next NDIS plan renewal meeting. When the referral comes through to our physiotherapy department, as we fall under that same team, it will be passed on to us and then we'll engage with you. You don't only need to have NDIS funding to access EPs, so we can also use the fee for service, aged care packages or the Department of Health funding as well.
So what would therapy with an AEP look like? As Hannah explained, it is a client-centred approach and holistic. We follow a few different principles, and the first one we'll talk about is the FIT principle, which is frequency, intensity, time and type. Frequency meaning how many times per week. Intensity, we base this off what is called an RPE scale, or a rate of perceived exertion. This allows the intensity to be more specific to you and how you feel on that day, meaning that some days a 6 out of 10 may seem manageable and other days it may seem really, really hard. Time, meaning that we're just going to look at how long the session will go for, and type, which can range from resistance training to some cardiovascular fitness, HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, and some mobility work. Our next principle is the SMART goals. So that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. So specific, it obviously speaks for itself. So it's specific to you and your needs. Measurable, we're looking at how we are going to track your progress over time through the use of outcome measures. Achievable and relevant kind of fall into the same category. but achievable meaning it's ensuring it is realistic and attainable for you and relevant to your life and your circumstances. And time, again, where we're just putting a time frame on the goal. We then work on progressive overload, which is essentially our bread and butter of programming by an EP, meaning that over the course of your therapy, we are aiming to increase the load placed on your body to elicit change. And without this, an increase in strength is quite hard to achieve. And lastly, we look at targeting different components of your energy systems.
So the services that we provide at MSWA, so we have one-on-one sessions in the gym that we can provide. We do also do group exercise classes, which are done after hours as well. We have gym visits, which can be done before and after hours. Home visits, we also prescribe home and gym exercise programs that you could do by yourself, and then we regularly check in on you and update those programs as we need. We have Pilates specific and hydrotherapy, which can be done in a group or one-on-one.
So we'll just talk about what the difference is between an EP, a PTA and a PT. So first of all, an EP or an exercise physiologist. So we're university qualified. We create an exercise program based off an assessment. We will alter the program by using progressions or regressions. We're looking at long-term exercise therapy by maintaining a constant engagement with the client, specific strength programming with exercise testing, and we can refer to a PT or a physiotherapist for any specialist engagement. Our next one we'll look at is the physiotherapy assistant, or a PTA. So they attend TAFE. They will deliver a program created by either an EP or a PT. They can slightly regress or progress depending on the client's presentation for the day, so taking into account fatigue levels, and they cannot prescribe extra exercises in the program. And lastly, we'll talk about physiotherapist. So university qualified, they can create an exercise program based off an assessment. They can also alter the program. They do a few extra specific neurological assessments, and then specialising in lymphedema, incontinence and respiratory services. Any orthotic or mobility aid assistance, and they can refer to an EP for long-term therapy.
Where can you find us? So Ash and myself are located in Wilson, along with Erin. Erin is also the EP at the Kelmscott facility, and Mandra, along with Luke, who is at Rockingham as well. In the north, we have Ollie at Beachborough and Butler. And down in the southwest, we have Courtney in Bunbury and Bustleton as well. Perfect. So any questions?
What is the cost for my NDIS payment for an EP in relation to a PT and a PTA?
So an EP is $169.99 an hour. A physio is $224, and a PTA is $86 an hour. Is that right, James? Yeah.
There's an answer. I'm not sure whether off the top of their head. Yes. So with the hydrotherapy, is the hydrotherapy just at Wilson, or is it hydrotherapy like you've got gym visits? Can you do hydrotherapy like you do gym visit?
At the moment, probably not, only because they do require a lot of people that want to do sessions in the community. You have to pay for like a session at the gym as well. So if people are willing to do that, then we can, but sometimes it can get quite expensive if you want it to be an ongoing thing. So generally we just tend to do it at the Wilson facility, yeah.